Hello, I am Jack Found from Gambling Insider, and I am here today with Tim Scoffham of WA Technology. First of all, thank you very much for your time, Tim. I appreciate that. Let's kick things off by talking about your plans to expand in Africa. Can you talk to me about that, please?
Yeah, so firstly, I think we'll take it back one step. So our focus was very much on looking at emerging markets, and we started in the LatAm region with an emphasis on Brazil. As we've developed the business and our product offerings to our customers, we wanted to look at the next markets we can look to go into. Again, following that emerging markets theme. And for us, Africa was a very obvious one. We've got some expertise down there already, and there's a huge opportunity there. You know, the profile of the audience over there, even though we're B2B with our customers are really starting to understand mobilization, being able to take betting on a digital consideration rather than always just in retail. So it was a great opportunity for us to look at that market. So we've recently done a joint venture with a company called Any Group, and they have built a platform specifically for the African market. We wanted to have technology that represented us in certain regions which operated with customers in different way. For example, the way in which payment processing is done in LatAm markets is different to Africa. Generally, things like bandwidth is different, user feature different. So we needed to respond in that way, and so we've done this joint venture, which is really exciting, specifically for the African market. We've recently done a collaboration with a couple of very big partners, which we'll be announcing soon, which really puts us on the map in terms of us as a platform provider, but also with the brands we'll be working with across the African markets. So Africa's big on our plans for 2024. We completed the joint venture Q4 of last year, and we've just signed a couple of significant deals to kickstart the year. So Africa's big for us in 2024.
Awesome. Yeah, so exciting times ahead, it sounds like. And with that in mind, I was wondering about any other plans you have for 2024. I don't know how much you can tell us, but I'd love to hear what you can.
Yeah, look, I mean, as I say, our focus is emerging markets, and in terms of LatAm and Africa, within each of those, let's say, regions, there are multiple markets within them that they operate differently. The whole concept of those markets is full of excitement, full of opportunity, but every market you go into, operates slightly differently. So it's just different strategies and different products that we have to really kind of get some activation in those surrounding markets. So in terms of 2024, Africa, yeah, it's big, but Africa is quite a bold thing to say. We have to look at certain markets for us, like Nigeria is a really focus for us, or Mozambique. Similarly in LatAm, so expanding plans for 2024. We've recently opened an office and put a team in place in Mexico that allows us to go into that market, not just look for customers in the region, in that market, but also customers we can take from other markets like Brazil and migrate them across. Mexico is a great position for us because it allows for us then to look at other surrounding areas like Peru, like Colombia, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, look, it's ambitious. It has to be that way, I think. The markets that we're in, we have to look at the diversification of how we apply ourselves with the platforms we've got, the audience we're going after, and how that's represented in each of the different markets. So that's our bigger, grander plans for 2024.
Okay, all very, very exciting to hear. Can you start talking through some of the new features in the most recent upgrade?
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, firstly, it's important that we continue to innovate our platform for our customers, not just from a competitive consideration, but always to respond to the requirements of our customers. So we're really focused on kind of three areas. There's multiple things that the team have done, but there's sort of three areas that I'll touch on. So first is our business intelligence suite. Focusing and understanding data for us is really important, not just internally to make our own informed decisions, but to provide that back to our customers so they can understand how our platforms are responding to maybe the marketing activities they're doing, generating revenue as a result. So building that out has been a really big task for us, but it's fully deployed now, and that's a really exciting feature. The second, which kind of goes in line with data, and this is just a constant problem that's sort of endemic of this industry really, but we've really enhanced our security measures and our security features to make sure customer data, to make sure protection of our direct partners, as well as let alone their customers, is robust, and it's fully secure. And then I suppose the third part or third core feature is the customization of our back end for our customers. At the end of the day, they need to be able to operate things as they see fit for their brand. And that's really important. It's been a huge request from many of our clients over the course of the last year or two, and it's taken us a while to get to a position where we can now roll that out. But we have, and it will continue, of course. But that's thinking about governance of us in terms of security. It's thinking about the importance of understanding data and how we give that back to our customers. But also thinking about what our customers need to customize a platform in the back end. For their own needs. So that's very much what the sort of couple of the core features from this year.
Okay, awesome. A very thorough answer. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's wrap things up by thinking about how you stay ahead of competitors. How do you ensure that you do that? How do you ensure that you stay ahead of your competition?
Look, of course, it's always a challenge, and I can't deny that. And it's something that we look at constantly, but trying to follow the similar model that we've defined so far, that we have found success in, is something that I'll continue to, charge the company on, challenge the team on, and that comes around a few kind of core themes. So the first for me is, and in no particular order, but the first for me is, having local knowledge of the markets that we operate in. I'm based here in London, in the UK, and so it's not so good for me to be able to provide, kind of on the ground insights to what's happening into parts of Brazil. I mean, it's just not so. It's important that we understand what's happening on the ground in the markets we operate, and so fulfilling the requirement of providing knowledge to our customers by building on the ground teams is something that we have done, practice, and it's working really well for us. So we'll do that. Continue to do that. The second, as I mentioned, is in terms of making sure that we have our products and our platforms that are responsive to the markets that we're in. We know that one platform doesn't fit all, so it's about ensuring that if we're looking at different regions or we're looking at different markets, we have a product suite that responds well to the customer's requirements in those markets. That's really, really important to us as well. And then something else I mentioned, which I say has been a big key feature for us, which is really rolling out a really robust data suite, providing the insight of the activity that's actually happening on the platforms and the products that we're providing our customers. It's super important because that'll determine how much effort our customers are putting into marketing, or are they using the right strategies, are they using the right products, are they using the right platform. It's important that we provide them with that level of transparency. The business of B2B is that you can call them clients, but at the end of the day, I always refer to it as partnerships, because at the end of the day, we don't provide them what they need to make money. We don't make money, as just to be direct. So, for us to be able to provide insight to our customers on a regular basis with a fully fledged data suite that allows them to understand that, we can work with them to provide them that data-led insight, is super important. So those are a couple of the core things that I would focus on. Of course, there are many others in terms of different features and products we could talk about all day, but those are the three core areas that we always look at.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for your answers. That's been really lovely. And thank you again for your time. Awesome. Thank you. Cheers.